it took me like a year. I really didn't admit that I was leaving. I was still like looking for nonprofit jobs. I was looking at maybe I could do something with my law degree.
You're in denial.
And then I was in denial. I was very much in denial. And well, I mean, I was just thinking, what else would I do in it? And I think when you've been an employee for so long, I was a great employee. I'm not going to lie to you. I am great at someone telling me what to do and me doing it. And I do it willingly, and I'm not like, I have a good attitude. So like, I was like, I thrive in this environment. It's fine. Let's just find something else.
I can't afford you, Goli.
Yeah.
You don't need to sell me.
If you guys are looking for a podcaster, no. So, but in that time, I honestly, because I had no idea, I literally felt that I had zero other skill and or interest. I was like some people are like, oh, if I love painting, or I want to be a photographer, or I love this, whatever. I was like, I don't have that. I don't have hobbies. I don't have passions. I don't have skills. I was always only a lawyer. So like, it really was like, I had to find out who I was, and I didn't know what to do. And so just trying to be resourceful at the time, this is obviously a couple of years ago when we were allowed to be with other people, I started going to meetups because I was like,
let
me see
funny.
what...
You should clarify that.
Oh, I mean...
A couple of years ago when we were allowed to be with other people.
I'm saying before COVID, when we were allowed to be in the room with other human beings.
I thought it was like a couple of years ago when polygamy was a thing.
Yes.
That's a few more than a couple of years ago.
Exactly. We're not there yet in our marriage. But I started like, I honestly was so... I was like, let me just see what other people are doing.
Yeah.
And so it was also an excuse to get out of the house because I was at home with my son all day, every day. And so Pejman would come home and I'd be like, I'm going to a meetup group. I'll see you later. And so I started going to all types of like places I had no business being in. I remember some where I would walk in and it was like a room of like 8 engineer like men. And I'm like, hey, guys.
Just want to see what this is all about.
They're like, are you in the right place? I'm like, I don't think so, but I'm just going to sit here and talk to you all. But I'm so glad I did it because it just opened my eyes so much to like what other people were doing. And then in that time, I started going to like tech startup. I went to a couple meetups and like I was blown away. I mean, I'm someone who calls themselves like technologically illiterate. My husband his company is in like technology. I never even knew what he was doing. I never thought I cared, right? Yeah. But I was there and it was honestly infectious to like be around people who loved what they were doing so much. And there was all these startup owners who were like, coming up with like very creative ways of solving problems, so excited about it. Like there were these pitch events. It was very much like Shark Tank. Like it was all super exciting. And I just like fell in love with it. And so I just started going to a lot of these tech meetups I honestly had no idea what I was doing.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's like the greatest thing I've ever heard.
And this is what I teach people though, is that like, you have to be resourceful. So often like we want someone to give us the answer, right? And it's like, I didn't know, there was no answer, but I was like, I'm not going to find it sitting on my couch. So I might as well get out there and figure out what's happening. Like and with each one I would go to, like somebody would mention something like a podcast or whatever. And I would just start researching that. And then I would find, it would just lead me to either like rabbit holes, or I just met so many people that really helped me along the way. And it started getting me thinking like, could I start my own business? Could I do something? Like maybe, do I want to start something myself? Because I'd always said, it's so funny, Pejman makes so much fun of me and how much I've changed. Like he's like, I can't even believe you're the same person. Because I tell you, like I had a story in my mind. I went to law school, like I was on this like righteous fight. Like I'm fighting the good fight. I'm not going for money. I don't even like money. I had made these rules that like I'm bad at business. I have no idea. I don't even care about money. So why would I want
self-imposed boundaries and boxes? Yeah.
Totally. So like just the idea of saying I would start a business seemed so insane to me because I'd spent so much of my life saying like I don't care about business and I think business is evil and whatever other ridiculous thoughts I had.
Yeah.
And so it was just like, again, another seed. And I was like, could I start something? And so the photo booth idea just came about because my son was turning 1 at this point, and I wanted to make a photo booth for his first birthday. And I didn't want to spend like $1,000 to have a photo booth rental. It wasn't that serious, but I'm like, I'm pretty sure with an iPad, I can figure something out. And so in that process, and my husband makes like single board computers. We were talking about it and he's like, you could probably make one. I can help you make one. And then it went down this rabbit hole and I was like, it is super cool. People need this. Like we want something for parties that's not crazy expensive just to do like, whatever. And honestly, I feel like now looking back, and I wanted to grasp something. I was like, I knew at the time, like, this isn't what my passion is or what I'm like meant to do. But I was like, I need to start something just so I can move forward, because like I won't think my way to the end of this. So it's like, I just got to see, can I build a business? Can I create a product? Is this something I like? How would I ever know if I don't try it? So I really just went like, I'm just going to give myself the next year to try this photo booth business. And like, that's where that started.
Yeah.
And then I ended up, and I mean, I look back and so ridiculous. Maybe for my first business, I shouldn't have started something that was both manufacturing hardware and software, but hindsight's 2020, and I spent a lot of time, energy, and money building out that company. But it honestly taught me. So I did that for like 3 or 4. I mean, I'm still doing it, but I'm just saying, like, I built that out from like 2015 to about 2018, 17, 18. And then like I designed a photo booth, and I manufactured it, and I started selling it, and I started renting it, and I made an app for it, and I did all this stuff. And it was really more in shifting my own identity about what's possible, what I can do, what I'm limited to, why I care so much about what other people think of me, and all of this other stuff. And then that was what led me to want to start Lessons from a Quitter, because I felt so many people that I would talk to were like, oh my God, I hate the law too, but like, I wish I could leave. And I would be like, you can. Like, there's no reason you can't. And I felt like so many people felt stuck, and they didn't realize that, like, you don't have to stay in something that you hate for the next 30 years just because you chose it when you were 20, you know, like, you can do something. And so then it just became this evolution of the newest business.